Now on CoastTV News.
Construction continues, but plans have changed the future of a workforce housing project in Lewes after an unexpected decision.
The Milton Christmas Parade drawing in locals and neighbors to bundle up and enjoy a special celebration.
Lewes roadwork causing controversy, why it has business owners upset.
And a dredging update. The people of Fenwick Island can move through those local waters a little bit easier now.
And it's already breezy out here for tonight, and even higher winds are to come for Thursday. Also, we're tracking the threat of a little bit of snow and perhaps rain as well, but it's still all about the winds, all that, your full forecast coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Santa, the Grinch, and many more of your favorite Christmas characters all in downtown Milton Wednesday night. Good evening. I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight in downtown Milton.
That's where the town's famous Christmas parade was happening Wednesday night, and it seemed to put lots of smiles on some chilly faces. Coast TV reporter Brendan Conroy is in our newsroom. Brendan, people were bundled up this evening.
Charlie, it was definitely a cold one out there for sure. I probably should have brought a bigger jacket, but it was the beautiful display of Christmas spirit and cheer that really seemed to keep everyone warm. Lights, floats, sirens, music, and lots of Christmas spirit.
I feel like I'm in a Hallmark movie.
All at the Christmas parade in downtown Milton on a chilly Wednesday night. The parade saw different companies, schools, and organizations riding down Union Street. All, of course, while sporting some Christmas spirit. One local who was born and raised in Milton says he loves getting to share the time with his kids now.
I've been to every parade since 1993 when I was born, and it's just a great time to be here with both my sons here and just to see the parades that come through.
The Grinch, Christmas characters, and cars decked out in bright holiday lights all made a special appearance as well. The weather might be low here in downtown Milton, but one thing that isn't is the attendance. People are all throughout the streets and sidewalks gathered here to experience their beloved Christmas parade.
It's close-knit and fun, and it's beautiful, and I'm just excited to be here. So it feels that little home place.
Christmas is still weeks away, but the spirit of the season is already here in Milton, where this coastal tradition is keeping everything holly, jolly, and bright. Tonight's festivities are just one way the town of Milton tries to get the community together and excited for the special holiday season.
All right, thank you, Brendan. We're going to take a live look now outside into Lewes and turn it to our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, for a first check on the weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Christina. And like Brendan said, the temperatures were low, but the spirits were high. That's a good thing. However, the temperatures are going to go much lower as far as how it's going to feel, because that wind's going to start kicking in with winds in excess of 25 miles per hour, and that's just a taste of what's to come. Take a look, for example, in Lewes, we're right now at 45 degrees with 16 mile per hour winds, and we're going to drop down, and the winds are going to really pick up for us going into the midnight hour for later tonight. We started off at 18 degrees this morning, and that actually isn't close to the record low. The record low is actually 11. That was actually set in 1976, I believe. Temperatures right now in the mid-40s, but we had wind gusts up to 44 mile per hour wind gusts that was recorded for us in Ocean City. And now the winds are going to start becoming that issue that we've been talking about throughout most of the work week. And we have the wind advisory that's active for all inland areas, not just for Sussex, but really all of Delmarva. And then in addition to that, we have a gale wind warning, and the gale wind warning is stepping it up a bit, because that's where we're talking about that 45 to 50 mile per hour wind gust along the beach. Charlie, coming up, we're going to talk more about the kind of cold we're going to have to deal with and wrestle with for the next couple of days.
We appreciate you, Paul, keeping an eye on that. Construction continues, but plans have changed. This land, known as Dutchman's Harvest, slated to be 140 units of workforce housing. The Milford Housing Development Corporation was supposed to help find lower income families to buy 42 of those units. But now they dropped out, saying rising costs and interest rates made it hard to find qualified buyers. Developer Preston Shell says Milford's departure was a shock.
We are still, as a developer, committed to selling and or leasing those 42 units to lower income households at a discount.
Shell says there are plans to lease 28 of the 42 units to people making 65% or less of the median income, and hopefully having all 42 go to that income level. The remaining 98 units, still marked as workforce housing, Shell says they're about $100,000 less than market rate, but that is tied to employment requirements instead of income. This does bring us into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is the biggest challenge for affordable housing prices?
Let's take a look at the updated results, and it looks like 68% are saying rising costs. 11% say public opposition, 17% say lack of land, and only 4% say interest rates.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Go to coasttv.com or use your Coast TV mobile app.
Well, Fenwick Island is making progress on its dredging. Today, the committee said the project has undergone soil testing and there are about 8 new pairs of channel markers. The $2.3 million project still has a few more tests to complete. Skip Twiley lives on Fenwick Island and says the dredging is a huge help to boaters as it was way too shallow beforehand.
I've had my next door neighbor get stuck, and I've had quite a few people get stuck over the summers, yeah.
And equipment there has also been demobilized. The final steps will be discussed at the next meeting there in Fenwick.
New tonight, a manhunt is underway for the gunman who killed the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson.
Thompson was shot and killed on a Manhattan sidewalk on Wednesday morning, and police are calling it a brazen targeted attack. Sherelle Hubbard has more details.
United Healthcare CEO was killed in New York City Wednesday morning. This disturbing video shows the 50-year-old executive at the front of a Midtown Manhattan hotel on his way to the company's annual investor conference when a gunman walks up from behind and fires several fatal rounds.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
The New York Police Department has been working to piece together who the gunman is and why they targeted Thompson. They've released these photos of the suspect. They say the images show him at a nearby Starbucks just before the shooting. This all happened just blocks away from Rockefeller Center, where droves of people are expected to attend the Christmas tree lighting set for Wednesday.
This is a terrible event, but we're going to go on, and people are going to enjoy the tree lighting tonight.
Police are working to reassure people that the city is still safe and the lighting will go on as planned. Detectives are reviewing area video and digging into a cell phone recovered near the scene as they search for a motive. The shooter ran from the scene, then grabbed an electric bike, heading into Central Park.
NYPD is being as thorough as they possibly can. They want to collect every piece of evidence. In a planned, a targeted event, there's a lot of evidence of planning ahead of time. They want to collect that.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
The police determined that this was a planned attack is because they say the suspect was lying in wait for the victim. He also used a silencer on the murder weapon, and he took care to have his face mostly covered. Police are hopeful that the cell phone or e-bike will give them more clues.
In Lewes, the recent closure of Nassau Commons Boulevard has caused some locals and some business owners to be frustrated. Now follow me on part of this story. A letter was put on some businesses around the area on November 18th about this roadwork starting. And while some received the letter, others say they did not and there was no proper notice. People living in Lewes have already worked out their detours.
Now I got to go around the other way and all the way up to the light, or come out minus kind of way at that light to make a left on 9. That's a pain in the neck.
Coast TV also spoke with a business owner that wanted to remain anonymous. They said it's extremely frustrating, the lack of communication between Adel, which is the company doing the roadwork, and the businesses.
We're just getting started this evening.
Still to come, a new pump station in Rehoboth, what it means for the city and the people that live there.
But first, how the Stephen Decatur High School team is preparing for yet another state championship football game.
And we're watching out for a few snow showers, but mainly it's about the winds in Cambridge. And for Crisfield, we may have 2 days of merciless cold wind. We'll talk more about that in detail in just 60 seconds.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in tile, to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
I was able to look at everything that I was looking for my new kitchen, including the backsplash and the countertop and the sinks all in one place.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Well, if the winds haven't gotten your attention yet, just hang around for a second or two. It'll come knocking on your door, car door, house door, whatever door you want to go, or window for that matter as well. Our Gateway Subaru camera in Ocean City indicating we're at 44 degrees, but look at the winds already at 23 miles per hour. Oh, that's brutal, and it's going to get worse. Very breezy conditions will continue throughout the overnight and early morning hours. Temperatures in the 40s, but you can throw these numbers right out of the window because it doesn't feel like 45 degrees in Milton or in Georgetown or in Delmar or in Salisbury because of the winds. And we're looking at the winds gusts like 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts, 37 mile per hour wind gusts that we've already recorded. And think about this. Well, it feels like the 30s in Delmar. It feels like 37, for example, in Salisbury. And keep in mind, we have wind advisories that are active. We're going to watch out for 50 mile per hour wind gusts because we have gale wind warnings in effect for us along the beaches. In addition to that, temperatures are going to plunge throughout the day, starting off in the 40s and then nosedive for the rest of the day. So it's going to be one of those reverse kind of days for Thursday. Warm in the morning, colder in the afternoon, and then even colder than that at night. Cold and bone dry conditions for Friday going into Saturday with temperatures in the 30s. So first of all, a wind advisory in effect for Sussex and all inland areas. Now, this is also for just about all of Delmarva. The rain dancing to our north, but don't worry about the rain. That's not your issue. Is going to be the winds. So where you see the brown inland, we're looking at for 30 to 35 mile per hour winds. Now, where you see all the pink here, that's where we have a gale wind warning. That means we're watching out for 45 to 50 mile per hour winds along the beaches, okay? So imagine temperatures in the 40s with a 50 mile per hour wind. Yeah, and then we're in a pocket of cold air in general anyway. It's snowing up towards portions of Pennsylvania. We actually have blizzard warnings out in portions of West Virginia. So we're in a pocket of air that's already crazy cold in the first place. So we don't need the wind to help us feel any cooler, but we're going to get it anyway. 10 o'clock to, let's say, 2 o'clock, I need you to just try to stay inside, okay? Take your lunch with you to work. You don't want to go outside to go get lunch. Now, you know what? You can just disregard what I'm telling you, and that's on you. But I'm just letting you know. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, oh, it's going to be brutal. Take a look at 3 o'clock Thursday. 44 mile per hour winds, and this is the inland areas. We're not even counting the gale wind warning areas, okay? That's how we're going to roll for Thursday and Friday. And then the amount of precipitation is going to be here for just a moment, and then it's gone. So that's why I'm not sweating the rain. I need you to bundle up for that cold because look at what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like the teens. We have the teens in the morning time. So along the beach, before we ground this up, look at the winds that we're expecting on Thursday for Ocean City as well as Fenwick Island. And the folks that are in Lewes and Rehoboth Beach won't escape the fate either. Here's a look at your extended forecast.
Stephen Decatur High School, the football team, they're heading back to the state championship. Last year, they won their first ever state title. As part of the celebration for this Saturday's game, though, Stephen Decatur High School has been hosting a Spirit Week to rally a little school pride. It's all in hopes that this year's team can do exactly what last year's team did, cap off an undefeated season with a state title. The Stephen Decatur principal is proud to see his team and school come together like this.
Our kids really support one another here at Stephen Decatur, and not just football, every sport.
The game is this Saturday, and it's a rematch of last year's final between Huntingtown and Decatur.
Rehoboth Beach has completed a $2.7 million project replacing the pump station on State Road to handle the city's wastewater. Work on the replacement began in spring 2023, and the city says the new station has safer submersible pumps and a system to control odors. According to Rehoboth, the pump station moves about 500,000 gallons of wastewater daily during the off-season and more than 1.5 million gallons each day in the summer.
Still to come, can you smell that smell? Miller High Life has a new scent and you're never going to guess what they're going for.
And next, prices on the rise. Why this discount store expects costs to go up and portion sizes to shrink if one of Trump's policies becomes reality.
Thousands of Uggs in stock. Thousands of Hokas in stock. Vernon Powell has gifts for everyone on your list. Runners want footwear from Hoka or Brooks, or gift cards to give them that Vernon Powell fit. Outdoorsmen like Carhartt, Pure Lure, and Columbia. Someone wants sweaters and toasty warm slippers. Others want sparkling gold layered looks. There's North Face, Patagonia, and Fuzzy Ugg boots. Get festive with Yeti and Turtle Box, each at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth Beach.
Shop early for best selection and support local business.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
If you want a bargain, it better be Beshi. Murphy Cabinet Beds, 8 different styles in stock, 45% off. Over 30 sleep sofas in stock. Recliners start at $295. Over 200 manual and power recliners in stock. Ashley Dresser and Mirror, just $365. Over 20 different sectionals in stock from several famous makers. Lazy Boy, Craftmaster, Rowe, Braxton Color, Ashley. 50% off select models. Over 30 dining sets in stock. Rustic TV stands only $695. Cobblestone Brown Credenza, $245. Shop the final clearance sale at Beshi Furniture today.
The house as a system approach sets FLC Energy apart from everyone. Advanced equipment like blower doors and thermal camera tests allow us to pinpoint the problem areas of your home and design solutions that last a lifetime. Before and after proof of our work allows us to offer up to $7,500 in rebates, when other experts can't. From healthy homes to insulation, crawl-space encapsulations to energy audits, call FLC for control of your home's air quality, moisture, energy efficiency, and comfort.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today. This is Coast TV News at 11.
Proposed tariffs by President-elect Donald Trump may cause Dollar Tree to raise prices even higher. The discount retailer says those tariffs may also lead to changes to product sizes or removing certain products from shelves altogether. And prices could rise above the current $1.25. Trump has threatened to impose 25% tariffs on products from Mexico and Canada. He's also proposed an additional 10% tariff on goods coming from China. Dollar Tree saw its CEO step down last month, and the company's shares have plunged more than 40% this year.
New at 11, here's a stocking stuffer that just nobody asked for. The folks at Miller High Life apparently have a high opinion of dive bars. The brand is celebrating the holidays with a fragrance meant to remind you of one. It's called Miller Life Dive Bar Fume. Marketing manager Maria Ship, I got Paul to laugh, described it as having aromas of cedarwood, leather, tobacco, and salt. Dive Bar Fume will be available in a limited amount of units. They were actually scheduled to start releasing today, and that runs through the 6th. Coming up in sports, Dover boys basketball hoping to jumpstart their season with a victory tonight over a non-conference opponent.
I'm thinking about starting a sweat socks cologne myself. Anyway, our golf forecast, wow. Okay, but listen, forget about it for tomorrow. Just forget about it. Believe me. Possibility of snow, 50-mile-per-hour winds, forget about it.
We salute John F. Masters, a retired master sergeant with 20 years of distinguished service in the U.S. Air Force. Specializing in special vehicle repair during his military career, John demonstrated exceptional skill and leadership. Upon retiring from the Air Force, he transitioned to a new career, becoming a certified legal assistant. After a fulfilling 25-year tenure in the legal field, John retired again and now dedicates his time to giving back to the community. John F. Masters embodies a lifetime of service and commitment, continuing to impact those around him positively.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Imagine controlling every light in your home with just your voice. Expert Wire makes automation easy, bringing lighting control and more to your fingertips, or with a simple command. Schedule your appointment and upgrade to automation. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Toyotathon is on. Shake up the holidays with an exciting new Toyota. Take an all-wheel drive Camry to go ice skating. Visit Grandma in a Highlander. Grandma! You got it. Or bring home a tree in a Tacoma. Are we in a snow globe?
Right now, buy an adventure-ready RAV4 with low 3.99 APR financing. Or lease a capable Corolla Cross for just $239 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Have you lost a loved one to suicide? You are not alone. I lost my teenage son to this heartbreaking tragedy.
And I lost my veteran dad, who faced his struggles alone in silence.
We're here as part of the Jesse Clump Memorial Fund's Lost team, providing support to suicide loss survivors.
We understand this complicated grief. We are here to meet, talk, or text whenever you need.
Remember, you are not alone.
Call us at 410-726-3090.
Together we can heal and find hope again.
At East Coast Campers and More, we believe that having a camper is about enjoying the adventure, time with the family, and your escape to nature. From the buying journey to seamless setup, we've got you covered, walking you through every step, making sure you're spending the most time enjoying what's out there. If you need us after setting up, our mobile RV medics will come to you providing the highest quality of services and repairs. Come start your adventure in Frankfort, Delaware at East Coast Campers and More.
For nearly 90 years, Delaware Electric Cooperative has powered the Christmas spirit. Throughout the decades, affordable co-op energy has kept your homes warm, your Christmas trees lit, and your kitchens ready to churn out holiday meals. From one generation to the next, our team has been there for you, working in the worst of weather to keep your lights on and the holidays bright. This Christmas season, we'll be there with you once again, working to power new Christmas memories and offering the most reliable and affordable energy in the state of Delaware.
Not having enough electrical outlets can be frustrating. With extra indoor and outdoor outlets installed by Expert Wire, setting up decorations anywhere is a breeze. Schedule your appointment today. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Well, this is the time of year all of us here at Coast TV and our sister stations collect donations for our Bless Our Children campaign.
The money goes to local nonprofits who hand select families in need so every child gets a gift Christmas morning.
And here's some of the folks who help make that happen.
And we want to thank businesses, groups, individuals, and so many more who have donated at least $1,000 to the Bless Our Children campaign and stepped up to join the Shell Brothers Challenge.
Here's a Shell Brothers honor roll in amounts given in increments of $1,000.
Atlantic Community Thrift Shop, Evans Builders Incorporated, Pocomoke City Elks number 1624, James Maloney, Gary and Sharon Dorsch in memory of Stacy Dorsch.
American Legion Boggs Disharoon Post 123, Eastern Shore Corvette Club Inc., Tony Tank Tribe number 149, Carolyn D. Lehman Johnson, Midway Par 3,
Edward Jones Office of Melinda Tingle, Jeff and Ann Vitas, in loving memory of John Angelis, Kathy and Michael Newcomb,
Apgar Turf Farm Inc., Suicide Bridge Restaurant in memory of Bill Hickman,
the residents of Mariners Cove,
in loving memory of Maribeth Toomberlin, Salisbury Moose Family Center 654,
Eastern Shore Region Antique Automobile Car Club, Harry and Jenny Davis, SPI Pharma Incorporated, Peninsula Imaging LLC, Johnny Janasic.
In loving memory of Sean Noel.
Classic Cakes.
David and Louise. Willard's Lions Club. Mr. and Mrs. R. Dean Goldsboro.
Rose Wheaton. Horsey Poultry Farm, LLC. American Legion Post 64. Tops Cut Off. American Legion Sinpuxent Post 166.
Jefferson Urian Doan in Sterner, PA. Pepsi Bottling Ventures. Crowley Associates Realty, Inc. Murray's Residential Services.
Eastern Shore Auctions by Willie Benton. Burris Logistics. Terra Firma of Delmarva Paving. Alan Corman and Son Incorporated.
Lewes Rehoboth Moose Lodge 646. ASAP Services Plumbing and Disposal. J. Stacy Hart and Associates. Dwayne and Brandy Geis Absolute PDR.
ABC Refrigeration Incorporated in memory of Pop. Ramco Solutions.
Miranda Hart and O'Leary Contracting LLC. The Closet Works of Delmarva. Unfinished Business Thrift Shop. Idlewild Ruritan Club. Redmond Orphans Board.
Painting in America Made Great Again Earl Johnson Painting.
HVAC Services Unlimited, Inc. Contractors for a Cause Foundation.
Mike Singleton's Pest Control. Shore Fund Tractor Pullers.
Historical Vintage Car Club of Delaware, Inc. Green Acres Storage Shoal. In memory of Maurice and Pearl Jordan.
Sons and Daughters of Italy in Ocean City Lodge number 2474. Dagsboro Paint and Wallpaper. Chris's Pool Service.
Lydia's Grab and Go Bistro. IES Residential, Inc. In memory of Joan Louise Rager. Creative Concepts.
Collins Wharf Sod. K&T Utilities LLC. Eastern Shore Traffic LLC. Chesapeake Trenching Incorporated.
G.R. Campbell Construction. Cox's RV Repair. Zion Church of Salisbury Women of Faith. Wheels That Heal Car Club. American Legion Auxiliary Sinnapunxet Unit 166.
Preston Gromark FS. American Veterans Thrift Store. Cheer Incorporated Employees. Daisy's Well Drilling.
CJ's Beach Bays. American Legion Nanacoke Squadron 6. B&R Auto Parts, Inc. Delmarva Art Expo and Wool and Fiber Expo.
Pools, Pavers, and more. LTE Fiber LLC.
Reynolds Excavating, Inc.
Hickman Beach Plaza. Donald McIntaffer. Hawker Supermarkets. The Carroll Family.
Japanesque.
Mary and Chris Grimm. Shore United Bank. St. Andrew's United Methodist Church.
Lewes Rehoboth Rotary Club.
Asbury Blades United Women in Faith / Asbury Blades U.M. Churches. Wycomico Lodge number 91 AF and AM. Employees of Crest Plumbing Heating. In loving memory of Jim and Nancy McKinley.
Pep Up. Breeding Roll-Off Service. Peninsula Pond. Towers Concrete. OT Beecham Post 94. In memory of Richard and Helen Webb. Union Lodge Georgetown Loop. Queen City Elk Lodge 1051. Delaware Improved Order of Red Men and Degree of Pocahontas. AccuTrench Contracting LLC. Paradise Plumbing. Bob Willie and Sons Incorporated. King Crop Insurance. In memory of Lily Patrick Feinstein. Murray Sod Farm. The Riverside Grill Oak Orchard. Chesapeake Waste. Chesapeake Companies. Preston R. Smith Plumbing. Maddox Brothers Trucking Inc. IV Solutions. Old Timers Softball League Inc. In memory of Shirley L. Doherty. Timothy and Terry Scott.
Again, we appreciate all of you taking on the Shell Brothers Challenge as part of WBOC and Coast TV's Bless Our Children campaign.
And if you'd like to help, you can donate on our website at blessourchildren.org.
Thank you for helping WBOC, Coast TV, and DSN lend a hand.
And together, we can make the holidays this year a very special one.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
It is now time to take a look at today's holiday house. During the festive season, we feature your bright and lights, the festive setups each day. This photo was submitted by Olivia Demisi in Salisbury. That is a Cookie Monster tree. That's fantastic. I love that. If you would like a chance to be featured here, you can submit your pictures at coasttv.com/holidayhouse. Coast TV News at 11. We'll be right back.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Basketball is back on Delmarva as Dover boys basketball set out to defend their state title tonight, hosting William Penn in their first game of the season. Elijah Coates with the floater, the freshman finishing with 7 points for the Colonials. Then more from William Penn. Kendall Riley Garlick picking up his own missed bucket, putting it back for the and one. But Dover would respond on offense as Javion Dennis hits a triple. He's fired up, and it was just the beginning for him in this game. Then the Senators, with the screenplay, they go back to Dennis, knocking it down from the perimeter. He had 17 points for Dover in this matchup, and later on, Cameron Randolph with the steal to Chase Little with the finish. Dover opens their season with a 54-47 victory over William Penn. The Del Mar boys basketball facing Delmarva Christian, Telvin Nichols with the block, and then Tymere Waples turns on the Jets, gliding in for two to bring Del Mar back within 8. In the third quarter is Darius Lyles getting involved for his Royal squad and knocking down the mid-range jumper to extend Delmarva Christian's lead. And then off a scramble for the loose ball, the man who lit up Summer League, Malachi Light, buries the three to add on from the outside. In the end, Delmarva Christian rides some dominant defense to win its season opener over the Wildcats 57-51. And tomorrow, don't miss our game of the night live on DSN at 6 p.m. Parkside girls basketball facing Queen Anne's County. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Delmarva's Holiday House, sponsored by Beta Beach Builders.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Riddex does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Riddex reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Riddex.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Be charmed by Lewes.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
The Brush Factory is the area's premier destination for the unique and unusual for home, garden, and you. Come support our 60-plus local merchants and artists.
Welcome to Lewes Brewing Company, your new local microbrewery. Enjoy fresh craft beers and a great local spot to gather and unwind.
We can't wait to serve you.
Savor the best of the season with fresh local seafood, farm-to-table produce, and well-aged prime Angus beef.
At Harvest Tide over the bridge in Lewes.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewes.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
At Homewell, our caregivers are compassionate. Our care managers are responsive. And our process is built on honest and open communication. This process is what gives us the ability to fulfill our purpose and ensures your peace of mind remains our top priority. Homewell Care Services. Trusted care. True compassion.
At BSD, we're often asked, what is the most important investment of your home? It's your windows and your kitchen. Our Anderson window experts will help you choose and install the perfect budget-friendly replacements. Anderson windows from BSD will improve energy efficiency and curb appeal. Anderson is the #1 trusted window and door brand, backed by the best warranty in the industry. Visit one of our design studios to bring your dream kitchen to life. From inspiration to installation, BSD has you covered.
Taylor Swift was crowned Spotify's global top artist for the second year in a row. Her music had more than 26 billion global streams. Fans couldn't get enough of the Tortured Poets department, which also topped the list of most streamed albums. Earlier this year, the Tortured Poets department became the first album in Spotify history to have more than 300 million streams in a single day.
That's called making $1 out of 15 cents there. Okay. Our Bay Health camera in Dover, 45 degrees with 22-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to see a couple of sprinkles between 1 and 2 o'clock, but that's not the big deal. The big deal is the wind, the wind, the wind. You can keep up what's happening with the winds by calling our weather line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brugstedt, and Federico. Now, let's just keep in mind that we're looking for 39 for tonight with increasing breezy conditions, 42 for tomorrow. Big time winds kicking in for us. Very windy, up to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, by the way. And then as we go into Friday, sunny skies, cold and blustery, and 39 degrees with some sunshine. And then finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Chance of rain by next week and hopefully a whole lot warmer by then.
Thank you, Paul. We can just about hear the rain here. Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11.
For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.